And here we are, the start of the Crystal Palace career mode. Welcome to episode number 1. And just in case if you are wondering how this is going to work, we are going to do half a season every episode. And before doing anything, this is the starting 11. However, we will move to a formation that has 4 at the back, simply because I feel like this squad is suited to that. And we are going to use the 4-2-3-1 formation simply because we have 2 quality DMs, although Lerma is on the more older side, so of course Ducore will go into that spot. We have Eze, who I don't want to use on the wing, I want to use him in the attacking midfield. We of course have Mateta, who is a brilliant striker. We have Sar, who is a right wing, but he will just be converted into a right midfielder. And the defense is looking like our strongest part, and we also need to go for a left midfielder. So there are something to do in the transfer market. So let's just get started and see who we will sell and who we can sign. And looking at it, it will take 235 weeks for Ismail Assar to turn into a right mid. So you know what, we will just change formation into the new formation who has 2 defensive midfielders, 1 attacking midfielder and left and right wing instead of right and left midfield. And we also have a very good budget to spend. We have 65 million euros, so at least we have the money to sign a quality left winger and also maybe strengthen the squad. However, I am unsure about where I want to strengthen it. I feel like our center backs are quality and also at a very good age. Munoz is still good enough and he's got a couple of more years in him. Dean Henderson more than good enough. Mitchell is very good. The DMs of course are fantastic. Eze, he is going to stay here until the end because this will not be the career mode where we will do it kind of a realistic way. We'll just have fun and create our own legend. Sar is maybe on the weaker side, however I do like him. So it's at least a left winger, and Mateta is of course a living legend at the moment. A current Streets will never forget player, if that is not too disrespectful to say for him, but at least we'll sign a left winger and maybe just save some of the budget to the January transfer window. And it may be a bit of a surprising signing because we've signed a right winger who can also play on the left, who is just 73 rated. We've signed Mate Jurasek from Norwich. I feel like it's kind of a realistic Crystal Palace signing actually, as he is from the Championship, but I will talk more about him once I've signed another winger as well. And here will be our starting left winger. We have signed Noah Lang from PSV in a deal worth around, actually it's spot on, 25 million euros. And this is how the team is currently looking with our new signing Noah Lang in, 79 rated, just 25 years old, got 5-star skills, although it doesn't really matter once we are starting to use the development plans. And I feel like he is a perfect left winger for our current team. Of course, Ismail Assar is the other right winger, but our other signing is Jurasek, just 20 years old, got some good stats, can play on the right and left wing. And the reason I went for him is because if we take a look, our backup left winger was Eze, who was just 70 rated. And apart from that, we didn't really have anyone that could have played, and the same on the left wing, it was just Eze with 70 rated, so I needed a backup winger as well, hence why we signed Jurasek. We have sold 2 players. Nathaniel Klein has joined Everton for 1.6 million, while Will Hughes has gone to Brentford for 6.5 million. And now I will do what is kind of boring in career mode, but I have to do it because if I don't sign Ben Chilwell on a permanent deal, he probably won't play ahead of Mitchell, which means he will get his contract terminated here. So I'll just buy him and he will cost around like 14 million. But I will just buy him so we have a backup left back in the team. And here is Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell has joined from Chelsea on a permanent deal worth 14.5 million. With the budget just being 19 million euros, that is all we are going to have left, as we will leave it for the January transfer window. And this is still how the squad is looking. I'm actually very happy with it. I think we can maybe fight for a top half finish in the first Premier League season here at Crystal Palace. Our defense should be our strongest part, as they will of course grow a lot in the season as well. Ducore, Wharton, very happy with those. Eze, of course, fantastic. Mateta should do a fantastic job. Sar and Lang on the wings could also cause a lot of problems for our opponents. However, let's see how we will do it in the first half of the season. We will also play a lot of the games. So yeah, let's first see where or what our board are expecting from us. They are expecting us to finish in an Europa League spot, which I do believe is 5th in Premier League, as they don't count the cups and all that, and they also want us to reach the semi-final in the FA Cup. And actually Crystal Palace of course has reached the final in real life. So let's just get cracked on with the season. And we are starting our Premier League season with an game against Brentford away from home, and we started perfectly with 3 points. Another London derby, and this time it is West Ham at home, ends in a 1-1 draw. We got Morecambe in the League Cup. Surely we can win this, right? It ends 3-3, and I'm actually unsure if we went through or not on penalties. Yes, we went through 3-1 on penalties. We'll play our first game of this Crystal Palace series, and it will be an away game at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea in the 3rd consecutive London derby to start this Premier League season. Can we get the 3 points or continue our unbeaten run? Let's see what we can do at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea who are starting the attack here down the right, and we can see here we are just, I don't know what we are even doing there, but it's Cole Palmer with a header, but Dean Henderson with the save. And Chelsea on the attack once again. They get past one. Mark Gueye with a tackle. But what is he doing? What is the ref doing? And it's a red card. Our captain is already sent off 10 minutes into the game against Chelsea. And he got a free kick in a dangerous position. Cole Palmer. But Henderson has no trouble getting it. It's once again Chelsea who are one man more. And it's a beautiful pass. This time Cole Palmer. Henderson denies him once again. It's been a difficult attack or a finishing game for Palmer so far, but we get a chance, our own Mateta. But Jørgensen makes no mistake. Once again, we are on the attack. Can we score? Can we shock this Chelsea team? Mateta! It's wide. And now Chelsea back up front. They are attacking now. They are needing a goal. Brilliant tackle, but they get the rebound. It's another rebound, and Chelsea takes the lead. And that is also the only goal of the game. Chelsea with a late winner. It's a very difficult one to take, but we lost unfortunately. Can we bounce back with 3 points against Leicester City? No, we cannot. It ends in a draw. Newport County, another easy game in the League Cup, right? Yes, 4-0. Man United at Selhurst Park ends with a 2-1 win. Can our win streak continue as we... Yes, it does. 1-0 against Everton. And this time it's Liverpool that is coming to Selhurst Park. Unfortunately, we get a loss. And we are finding ourselves sitting 8th in the league after we've played 7 games. Our next opponents are, as you can see, Nottingham Forest away from home, which we will play. And they are 15th in the league. So if, it's a big if we win this, we will actually get in to the top 5, which would be an amazing start to this season. And our game against Nottingham Forest, and of course it's our opponent that are starting the show. It's Hudson-Odoi, but he hits the post, and once again they are here. Chris with the man on fire in real life, shoots it just wide. And now Noah Lang on the attack. He sees Philippe Mateta, Jean-Philippe Mateta, and it's an absolute beauty. He just fires it straight into the top corner. It's Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 0. And we are even looking to do more damage here. Ismail Assar, Philippe Mateta again, but straight on Cells. But we aren't stopping there. This time it's a right back. Munoz tries the shot. It's wide. And now Nottingham Forest are trying to look for that late goal. Wood wins his header, but he heads it over. We win all 3 points. And that 1-0 win against Nottingham Forest sees us climbing up to 6th place in the league. We scored 10 goals and conceded just 7. So after 8 games, we have actually the second best defense in the league, which is very, very promising. And it feels like we are playing a London derby every single game. This time it's Spurs at home. Unfortunately, we lose 2-1. And next up is a huge round of 16 game at Ewood Park against Blackburn in the Carabao Cup. I'll just quick sim it. for good luck. Surely we will win this, right? Yes, 4-1 with goals from Esse, Mitchell Mateta and Esse with a brace. We are into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. We've now got Wolves away in the league. It is a 2-2 draw. Of course, it's another London derby, this time against Fulham, and we lose 2-1. Can we bounce back against Aston Villa? Of course we can. 1-0 win. Newcastle at home. Gordon is the man of the match, which isn't good. Yeah, 2-1 loss. Ipswich in the league. Can we bounce back with a win? Yes, we can. And up next, Man City, who are coming to Selhurst Park, and they take all 3 points. And next up is, of course, the rivalry against Brighton. After 15 games, we are in 9th place. They are in 8th, so it's a huge game considering the fight for the European spots as well against our main Premier League rivals. And we are of course going to use our strongest 11, which of course is the same as we have used the previous games. Let's go for all 3 points. However, we also need to have this game in the thoughts. It's against Sheffield United away in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. This would be a very, very good chance to maybe even fight for the first silverware of this save. However, first up is Brighton away from home. It's us who are starting the show in the derby. It's Mateta, and surely he gets the foul. But no, the referee says it was offside. Brighton up the other half, but Henderson with a huge save. Now Esse doing what Esse can do best, drive with the ball. He tries the shot just wide. Now Brighton up. It's just going all out attack, both teams. He shoots it wide. And now it's us again. It's Mr. Esse once again doing some tricks. Tries the shot. It's blocked. Noah Lang with the shot. It's blocked again and they clear it. Ismail Assar down the right. Finds Mateta. Do a beautiful skill move. He tries the shot. But it's inside the post. But we got one more. Mateta doing the same skill again. He's got Brighton on toast. He tries the shot, but Verbruggen saves, and that is the game. It ends 0-0 at the Amex Stadium. And that 0-0 draw sees us falling down, or no, we are actually staying 9th. Brighton, however, are going up a position if I remember correctly. However, our defense is still looking pretty good. We are scoring 2 little goals. So that's something we maybe need to take a look at in the January market. Although we signed, of course, 2 wingers, so maybe it will be unnecessary to do something with that already. We, of course, have the huge quarterfinal game, although it's not really that big. However, we, of course, want to win it, so we go into the semifinals of the League Cup. It is against Sheffield United, who are in the Championship, but we can't take the win before we have played it. We need to deliver a good performance, and let's go and get the win and advance to the semifinal of the Carabao Cup. The quarterfinal is of course starting with the favourites. It's Ismail Assar who uses his pace. Can he give us an early lead? No, he cannot. It's straight at the goalkeeper, but we don't stop there. Noah Lang this time tries the shot, but it's over. But now Sheffield United are on the attack. Ryan Brewster, who sees the attacker, and it is 1-0 to Sheffield United. They have shocked us. They have taken a surprising lead, and they are going for 2. Kai, who are on loan at us. Dean Henderson with an important save, but they aren't stopping there. Sakai is once again here, but a big tackle, and we can clear it. It's first half. No, it's not. The referee doesn't blow the whistle. It's Mateta, 1-on-1 against the goalkeeper, and Jean-Philippe Mateta gives us the lead. It is 1-1, and that is a beautiful counter-attack by us. We get a free kick in a dangerous position. Eberechi, surely he can score. Surely it should be 2-1. It is not. It's over the bar. Poor attempt from Esse there. But we don't stop. We have to go through. We have to win this game against Sheffield United. And surely Mateta scores. Of course he does. Our number 14 makes no mistakes again. He scores a brace. But can we make it 3? Noah Lang to Eddie Nketiah, who shoots, but it's blocked. But it doesn't matter. Or does it? Or does it? No, Dean Henderson with a huge save. And we got, thankfully, past Sheffield United 2-1 wasn't the easiest of games, but the most important thing is we got through. Southampton, Newcastle, Man City and Crystal Palace are the teams that will be in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Of course, we want Southampton, even though they knocked out Liverpool. However, I got a feeling we will match up against Newcastle. And let's take a look. Please just don't be Man City. We got Southampton in the semi-finals of the League Cup. And that makes us the favourites to reach the final. That is very, very lucky draw. And as we remember, we are 9th in the Premier League and we got 3 more games of this episode. All of them will be simulated, so I will see you when we are in 1st of January. We take on Arsenal at Selhurst Park and the game ends 4-2 to Arsenal. Next up, Bournemouth away. We need to bounce back and we do 3-0 win. And the last game of the calendar year is at home against Southampton. It gives us an indication on the League Cup semi-final and we win 3-2. And after the first half of the season, we are 7th in the league. It is a lot of points ahead of 6th, so 7th is the best we can do. But as long as we get in the top half of the table, I would be very happy with the first season. So if we can get 7th, that means European football. Unless we win the Carabao Cup, of course, then we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, let's finish the season strong next episode. But let's just look at the team before. So this is of course our team, and Mitchell is unhappy for some reason. I need to take a look at that. Gray is still our best defender, but our defense is looking solid. Wharton up to 80, Ducore 79. Our attack with Lang, Mateta, Esil all looking good. Sar on the weaker side, but yeah, I will take a look at the stats as well. But the starting 11 and the bench is looking really good in terms of rating, considering we are just 6 months into the save. And Esse is our top scorer. He scored 12 goals and got 2 assists in just 23 games. Mateta has scored 9 in 18. Noah Lang 6 goals and 2 assists in 23. But let's see who else has played. And we can see that Mr. Where was he? Sar hasn't been playing a lot. Jurasek has got a lot of game time, considering he is the backup winger. Chilwell has played a fair amount of games. Where is Mitchell? Yeah, he's also played, so he should be happy with that. And we also got a lot of contracts to deal with, so looking at them, I will only deal with Mr. Tyreek Mitchell. I don't care about the rest of these players, and also we aren't in need to keep them either, as we got 43 players in the squad. And that's it for the first episode of the Crystal Palace career mode. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Rebuilds will also continue on the channel. However, I will have a mix of serious content and one-off episodes. So if that's something for you, then make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys next time.